Welcome back to another episode of the Canon Black Lightning Recap. I'm your host, Terry, and I've been slacking. I know. If you watch my other stuff, you know I've been slacking. It's just been a transition, different lifestyle change right now, and just trying to find time to do everything. But I'm going to do it. Trust me, if it's late or if it's on time, I'm going to do it. Black Lightning, I've seen episodes, which is a challenge just to find time to watch them. Didn't have a chance to sit down and review them, so going to do all three together. I believe I didn't do the first one. I might be wrong, but anyway, we're gonna mash them all together. So Black Lightning season 2 so far. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the first season. There were some issues I had. Some things I thought were a little too pandering, but a lot of fans really loved. But I still enjoyed it. And I just feel like this one is just as good, but it's a little tighter. It just kind of knows its identity a little more so far, I would say. And that goes double for Cress Williams playing Black Lightning, where I feel like his Jefferson Pierce was really good and is really good this year. But I just feel like his Black Lightning was like, he didn't really know how to switch. Like, what was the difference between the two? In this one, I think his Black Lightning is a lot more distinct. And so I'm really enjoying that. I like that we kind of know everything. Like, people know about the green light. People know there's powers out there. So then we can explore the fallout of that. So that's fun. I think the girl's name was Cyanide, was the right hand, person for Tobias. Well, I'm glad she's gone. She was so annoying and random and weird. And like, they just tried to make her mysterious to be mysterious and cool, but I just felt like it made it annoying that she just randomly pop up. So I'm glad she's gone. And that puts this weird dynamic between Tobias and, I forgot his real name, but, Painkiller is what they call him, I believe. So I like that. Was it Jaleel? Something like that? I don't know. I like it. It's kind of this father, not father, son relationship. And it was already kind of rocky, but now the Cyanide's gone. He really has to step up, and Tobias is kind of mentoring him and pushing his boundaries, but also being very cruel and manipulative on purpose. So that's been kind of interesting, especially because we still don't know why, but Tobias has this really weird hatred of black people, but he does some things that are very steeped in black culture. So it'll be interesting to see how they play that out. I just think it's interesting. I feel, you know what? Until episode 2, I would say episode 1 and 3 were fine, but episode 2, through episode 1, I was feeling good. And then episode 2 reminded me that I cannot stand this Vanessa love escapades. I don't care that she is a lesbian. Whatever. It's not that. It's like with the CW, most of their love stuff is annoying. I don't care who it is. And so whenever they stop the show to go about Vanessa's love life, it is so annoying. And I forgot how much I couldn't stand it last season until season 2, where she randomly runs into some famous person and got her, and it was just so dumb. It feels forced. It felt forced last year. Still feels forced. Don't like that stuff. Now with the younger, I think it's Jennifer, the one with the real strong powers. She's pretty much, they're playing her like Jean Grey. Like, I don't know if anybody else picked that up, but they playing her like Jean Grey, where they don't know what to do. She's so powerful, she could hurt herself and other people. So they just try to lock her away, and she can't control it. All that good stuff. So, it's cool so far. I'll be interested to see where they go with it. I'm liking her a little better. She's more subdued. Like last year it was like, oh, I'm hanging with my friend. Oh, I go smoke with my friends. Ooh, I smoke cigarettes. Ooh, I drink at school. I'm so bad because my parents don't want me to. It's so annoying. And so this one, she still has the same attitude, but it's more confined to her struggle of trying to accept her powers and trying to figure out a way to be free. So I could relate to it a lot more this season. The principal stuff, like, there's some cool side gigs that heroes have that make interesting dynamics. I think Matt Murdock Daredevil being a lawyer is one of them that's really interesting. Like Bruce Wayne being a billionaire, whatever. Clark Kent being a reporter, whatever. But I think Black Lightning being a principal at a school for mostly black students is really interesting. And what they're doing right now is so good, where they put the blame on him for the attack last year not being there. And instead of just like he's fired, they play this politics game where, like, yeah, you could fight it, but then we're just going to shut the school down. But if you want the school to stay open, we're going to bring in this white principal it's Caucasian principal, and we want you to publicly back it. And as a compromise, you can stay as a teacher. So, like, I love the politics because it's real. I worked in education and still do. So the politics are real. All those games go on. And when you're talking about putting students first, interesting dynamics come up in ethical dilemmas, I should say. And so that, on top of him being a superhero, is so good to me. I love it. I absolutely love it. And so all that, and then they made the principal a dick, which I don't see why they had to do that. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could go with it. I think either way would make an interesting dynamic, but just make him straight unlikable and just a jerk for no reason, I think is the most predictable one. That's why I kind of care less about him, but I still look forward to that dynamic going forward. Then we got this weird plot line with, the mom working on the Pod Babies. And then you got the dude, you done effed up, right? You got him, and he's trying to catch her up and get her in trouble, but he can't. So now he puts her in an ethical situation where she has to convince a convicted, former famous chemist or whatever she is, biochemist, to come help her. And even though, she did some terrible things. And so the way the guy propositions her is that, this is your call. We're going to make it look like your call. I'm not giving you a choice, but we're going to make it look like your call. And so pretty much it felt like Suicide Squad on two different levels. Cause it was like, okay, if she messes up, or if the mom messes up, the doctor, then, we're going to blame you. And then she talks to the convicted felon like, hey, if you mess up, we're going to kill you. Not kill you, but like, if you try to run away, if you try to do the wrong thing or anything, we're going to disable you with the chip in your ankle. So it's like a double layer of Suicide Squad, but that's kind of interesting. We saw kind of one of the Pod Babies come out and instantly die. We saw one come out and try to live life but go back in. It's creepy, but it's interesting. It's just creepy to think for decades these kids been in these pods, and then kind of what that means when they come out, and how can they adjust to life, and what can she really do for them. And then you got the people on the streets with green light that are getting powers, and they're being killed by cops as kind of a not so subtle metaphor for black people being killed by cops. So, I don't know. It's a complete interesting dynamic, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm absolutely enjoying it. Again, I don't remember if I did the grades for episode 1, but, episode 1, when they kind of first got back, you didn't really see Tobias or anything. I mean, a lot didn't go on, but it was decent. I give it a 80%. That's a B minus. Then episode 2, we kicked it up a little more, dragged down by some of that love scene stuff, but I thought it was still decent. I give that an 84, right under a B, but a B minus. And then last episode, I like the opening. I like Black Lightning really taking his own and being that hero, and just them kind of furthering the plot with painkiller and everything. I really like the episode, so I give that one a 90% of A-. So anyway, go to the comment section. Let me know what you thought about Black Lightning so far, any of those episodes. Share it around, get the convo started, thumbs up, subscribe, and remember, if you heard it here, it's official canon.